Hi, this is Eddie Muller. Welcome back to TCM's Neo-Noir series. We're on the Noir Alley set, and I'm here with my co-host, Ben Mankiewicz. How you doing, Ben?
I'm well, Eddie. Thanks for allowing me to join you for this. I literally requested this assignment.
That's great. This is what we do anyway. So terrific. Okay, so earlier in this series, we showed Get Carter, hugely influential British crime film from 1971, starring Michael Caine. And now we are going to show a film that I think represents like the second wave of great British crime movies, Mona Lisa. And it stars Bob Hoskins, who is to that second wave what Michael Caine was to the original wave. This guy is extraordinary.
Yeah. Michael Caine broke through internationally in a way that Bob Hoskins didn't. But he is he is a tremendously layered, nuanced, interesting actor. And by the way, of course, also worth mentioning, Michael Caine
is in this film.
Is in Mona
exactly.
Lisa also.
Bob Hoskins is like the world's most adorable, vicious pit bull.
That's right. Yeah,
that's exactly what he, I just want to hug this guy, and then too late, he's bitten your face off, you know. So, and this role was really made for him. David Leland is the guy who wrote the original draft of the script, and then Neil Jordan, who had just come to prominence in Britain. I think he just made A Company of Wolves, which was his horror film. I think Neil Jordan liked to mess with genre pictures, right? So he'd made a horror picture, and then he came across this script, and it was like, well, this is Bob Hoskins. If we get Bob Hoskins to do this, we've got a movie.
Then we're
good. And his participation allowed them to cast a complete unknown, Kathy Tyson, in this movie as Simone. And she's tremendous. She gives a great performance in this film. And then, as you say, Michael Caine. It's interesting because Michael Caine in this movie plays the role that John Osborne played in Get Carter. He's like the vice lord and really nasty and sleazy character.
Yeah, he's pulling the strings of this criminal syndicate, which is, you know, as it reaches down and ruins the lives of people everywhere, and he doesn't care as long as it's bringing in the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is not the role you expect. You know, Michael Caine, man, this guy, you know, I mean, he has this reputation which he encourages, right? Hey, you send me to a nice enough place and pay me the right amount of money. I don't care what the script is. I'll go do it.
I'll go do it. Yeah.
Right? But he takes these, I mean, this is the same year he makes Hannah and Her Sisters.
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy who is eager to take on different roles, different challenges, and here to play a cold-hearted, cruel villain and get the kind of guy he exterminated 15 years later and Get Carter. You know, it's hard. It's impossible not to like Michael Caine, but
it is in this movie.
I got it, but I mean, the actor, you got to admire the choices this guy makes.
Absolutely.
Even his bad choices are amusing.
So this one is kind of unique among the movies that we're showing in this series in that this is a love story.
Yeah.
This is genuinely a love story that, of course, being noir is kind of doomed to fail.
But the failure is interesting and unexpected.
Absolutely. It does not go the way you think it is going to go. And it's just a really clever, and I use that, normally when I say a movie is clever, I am being a little pejorative, like, you're too clever for your own good. You know, you're being a smartass now. But this movie is clever in really, really interesting ways, and they do the unexpected constantly in this movie.
The story is sort of moved along through Hoskins talking to his buddy, Robbie Coltrane.
Yeah, and Robbie Coltrane
as a novelist, like talking about how the story that he's going to
tell. It's funny because I'm glad you mentioned that, because not only is this a love story, it's also a fairy tale.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's very, very important to keep that in mind. If you're watching the movie and you start thinking this doesn't feel realistic, you need to remind yourself this is a fairy tale. This is a noir version of a fairy tale. I love this movie, and we hope you do too.
Yeah.
Because from 1986, this is the great Bob Hoskins and Kathy Tyson in her film debut. This is Mona Lisa.